We deep focus on improvements for the developer experience. So here we focus in 4 main areas. One was on the contract verification, then on the search bar and search experience, also on the contract code viewer with some pretty interesting improvements for the developers, especially when you want to check out the code, and also more detail in the transactions so you can understand what happened with the transaction when it has a revert or if it has something wrong, and then you can also take a look on the gas or the method that it was executed. So let's go first with the contract verification. You can see that we introduced the read by adding different alternatives. So you can use single file as always and multiple files. It was we did already have that, but now it's much easier to use. And then, for example, for multiple files, you can just drag your directory and drop it here in this view, and it's going to take all your Solidity files, and you just click on verify. It's much faster and much better. But the highlight here is that we also introduce compatibility with Hardhat and Foundry, and this is amazing because if you use Foundry or Hardhat, you can deploy your contract, especially if it is a very complex contract with many imports. You deploy it using Foundry, and then with just a single line, you can also verify it in our Explorer. Then for the search bar, this is also has been redesigned. Some of the features that we introduced is that now we have the verified contracts and are going to be on the top with a green check mark, but also we have a whitelist for official contracts. This is something really important because sometimes you want to add a specific token or something to your wallet, to MetaMask, or you want to send or receive funds. It is important that you can verify that it is an official project, and you can go and check the contract here. You can take a look into the socials and the website for the contract, and then you can always verify that the wallet and the contract address is going to be the official one, and you're not interacting with something that is not the real one. Also, here we introduce keyboard navigation, so you can use your keyboard to move between the results. And if the results is much larger, then you will go to a different result page where you can take a deeper look into what are your opportunities or alternatives here. Then on the code viewer, now this is especially important for contracts that have been verified and they're very complex. Here you can see the whole project in just a single view. You will see all the directories on the right hand side, and then select one by one all the files. And also you can download all the project. The whole project is going to have the same structure, and everything is going to be downloaded to your computer. So you can also do something else, whatever you need to do with this code. And then also on the transaction details, we introduce this. When a transaction is failed, we introduce the revert reason. This is the explanation of what failed in the transaction. So you can understand much better what has been the interaction and what is happening. Really important for developers to understand this. And also, yes, how much gas it was used by the transaction, what was the gas limit that it was sent. In this case, you can see an example that it used only 30% of the gas limit that it was accepted. But this is also good, but it's really good to understand also not just the cost of the transaction, but also the execution of the transaction. And also in the transaction space, you can see the type of the transaction and the method of the transaction that it has been executed. And in some cases, you will see just the method selector without the parsing it into the name of the method, but this is something that we will work and add in a future release for everyone to be able to use it. So yes, those are the main features and changes that we introduced.